And hello again, everyone. Welcome into this week's edition of Jacket Vision, our weekly look at Oxford Yellow Jacket football. Mickey Shadrick's joined by Oxford head coach Ryan Herring. Oxford on Friday night defeated Southside 42-0 on homecoming to improve to 7-0 overall, 4-0 in 6A Region 7 play. Coach, congratulations on the win, another region win, and a happy homecoming for you Friday night.
It was a great night because homecoming makes you worry about a lot of things, if the kids are focused and all that. So it was a great win, great night. I was proud of them, and I thought, we had a good crowd at the game, so it was a good night.
Another dominating effort by your defense. Let's talk about that for a moment. They just really pitching another shutout. I think that's your third shutout of the season. They couldn't get anything going on with the running game at all. Just talk about the defensive performance again Friday night.
Well, it's the same story as we preach every week. If you can stop the run, you got a chance to win. Don't give up the big plays in the air. And I think they had one deep ball they caught, but just played solid, ran to the ball, we hit them. And, I just, once again, just proud of the defense, proud of those coaches, having them ready to play. So, if we can just continue that and try to get a little better each week, we got a good shot.
Offensively, you had to play without your starting quarterback again. Abe has just been bitten by the injury bug this year. But how about your freshman quarterback? Came in there and took care of business for you, didn't he?
Did an unbelievable job. You're kind of scared to build up freshmen a lot just because they got a long way to go, a lot of maturing to do. But he did a great job coming in first start in a region game, homecoming. He threw the ball well, he ran the ball well, he made good decisions. So I'm very proud of Trey, the way he played Friday night.
And also, let's don't forget special teams. Had a blocked field goal in the game also.
Yeah, Keon Fomby. Keon right now, since Abe's hurt, is our fastest guy on the team. And we thought we could get underneath that wing back on the field goal, and he did. He came through and blocked it easy. He also almost got a punt. Jordan Swain got a piece of a punt. So we did some good things on special teams, and I was proud of that.
Complete game offensively, defensively, and special teams. And I don't know if you drew it up this way going in, but looking at statistically offensively, you were about 50-50 run pass. I'm sure that is something you like to see.
Well, you love balance, but more important than balance is if you can keep the defense off balance. We're not always trying to say we throw it 50%, run it 50%, but we want to make the defense on the other side of the field not know what to expect and be wrong sometimes when they call stuff, and I thought we did a good job of that.
All right, we've got all the highlights coming up, Oxford and Southside right here on Jacket Vision. And time to roll first half highlights. Once again, a festive atmosphere at Lamar Field on Friday night for homecoming.
We did a great job on kickoff. Zane did a great job of putting the ball where we wanted to put it, and we had great coverage, and they didn't field, I'm thinking about 3 kickoffs real well. They were on defense running the ball. Running backs had to get down to save himself. Right here, we're getting multiple hats on the ball, so you can't ask for anything more from the defense. Here we are with a little misdirection right here to Titus, and offensive line and Gabe at H-back doing a great job of making blocks. Here we are with Trey on speed option, runs right over the safety right there. That's a 9th grader running over the safety. I was real proud to see him do that. Here we are on outside zone and just get it blocked. I mean, we did such a good job blocking right there. Titus doesn't have anybody to tackling. When a running back doesn't have to avoid anybody, that's blocking it up pretty good.
And you like when he's not getting hit, right?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it when he runs in that end zone. Here we are right here. We get pressure, make him have to scramble back opposite direction, do a good job of getting tackled. Here's a little speed sweep to Dave Russell. We try to get Dave the ball every week. Sometimes it doesn't work out as much as we want it to, but Dave's a playmaker. Here we are. Trey scrambles right here, finds Dave Russell in the end zone. I mean, just throws a bullet to him, about a 40-yard touchdown pass. I mean, that was a nice play right there from a 9th grader, and a good job by Dave making the tackle. Great job right here by Brody Sire taking on blocks, then making a tackle in the end zone, and everybody pursuing the ball well. Here we are. I couldn't tell if Jordan got a piece of it right there, but he had to kick a low ball, and it went right to Keon. That's kind of a weird play. Here's Richard Cantrell. We got a little counter play, and he hits it right up the gut and just breaks right through for a 30-yard touchdown run. Great job blocking, great job running the football. Back on defense right here. There's Brody taking on blocks right there. He took a good lick right there from that big guard, but he ended up messing the play up, which was great for the defense. Here was the big pass play they had right there. There's Keon coming through, blocking the field goal. I was hoping we could scoop and score, but great job right there by Keon. Speed option right here, Trey. Trey does a good job right there of seeing it and getting downhill, running the football. Just once again, just a great job by Trey. Got another little outside zone right here, Titus. He does a good job of fitting it in there and then getting north with it. Here's Trey right here. Get a little double move with Caden, and Caden makes that safety just bite a little bit on the outside move, wide open for a touchdown pass. It's good to see Caden get a touchdown catch right there. Caden does a lot of things for us that the average fan doesn't see. Good job coming off the edge and pressuring them right there with the outside linebackers. Here we are. One's a good little running back. You really can't tell it right here, but he is a good little athlete. But the defense is just running to the ball. I think we got Titus back in right there. Gets about 12 yards. Here we are right here. Throw a little shallow route to Richard, and up here up top you can see Dave Russell just doing a great job blocking the guy, and Cantrell gets the end zone. So great play right there. Great job by Trey reading that outside backer.
That's a great example of how downfield blocking by your receivers can turn a good play into a great play.
Yeah, you're worried about holding. We've got that called about 17 times this year, so you're worried about a holding call.
Officials love to call that too.
They always call it on touchdowns, so it was good not to see any flags out there.
You come into this game, you're highly favored, of course, with the year you're having, the year that they're having. But what's impressive is you come out and you take care of business. This game's over really at halftime, Coach.
Yeah, the game's over at halftime. All we've got to do the second half is just go out there and be sound and not give up big plays and protect the football, and we did a great job of that. And, when you have these type of games, and we've had several this year, you got to worry about letdowns, you got to worry about focus. But this bunch we got has done a real good job of staying focused and staying on task and finishing the game. So I'm just extremely proud of our players.
Well, with it being homecoming on Friday night, there was some special pregame festivities going on. Then, of course, at halftime, the Oxford High School Marching Band presented an outstanding performance at halftime, and let's take a look at that as we go to break. And second half highlights now. Oxford up 35-0 at the half. Coach, I know you just want to run this clock and keep your guys healthy and get some of your younger guys in the game.
Yeah, there's a great job right there throwing to a Juicy Fagans. He's a 10th grader, and that's Trey as a quarterback, the 9th grader. So we've got some young guys in. Here's a great job right here by Jordan Swain coming up, making a tackle. They try a little play action throwback right here, and I thought we were going to get a kill shot, and Asante hit him hard, but a great job by staying up. Good pressure right here by the defense. I think that's Matthew Muncher right there. Got a little fox route we call right here, a little pump and go, and hit Caden right here for a good gain right there. Some great job right there. Right here, we'll give the ball to Gabe Webb, and Gabe he trips into the end zone because he's used to somebody being there to hit him, and there wasn't anybody there, so it kind of caught him off guard. There we are. Jordan Swain dodges a guy. For some reason, their punter just took all day to get rid of it right there. I didn't understand that. And then I think that's Keon picks it up right there. I thought we might return that all the way. And now we've got 10th grade running back in there, Cam Reynolds. Cam does a good job running the ball right there. Big thing, we're not trying to score right here. We're not trying to embarrass anybody. We're just trying to run the ball and eat up clock and have fun out there. And I think the players did that. Good job by the young defensive guys right here running the ball and tackling. When those young guys get in there and keep them from scoring, it makes you happy. First off, you're happy because they're getting to play, and then you're happy because they're playing well. So that was fun to watch. Good job right here, running to the ball. There's Octavius Adair, Stinson, and Brock Mitchell doing a good job. But we end up 42-0, and so it was a great night.
Again, third shutout of the year for the Oxford defense. And again, you're 4-0 in 6A Region 7. You've got some more region challenges ahead, but you're right where you need to be at this point, Coach.
Yeah, we couldn't be in a better position. We're on the road this week going to Fort Payne, and they're a little better than they were last year. But we're right where we need to be. We just, need to stay healthy and just keep working, trying to get better every day. And if we do that, I think we're going to be okay.
All right, let's take a look at the individual player awards from homecoming's win over Southside.
All right, Air Jacket Award this week goes to Caden Higgins. Racehorse, like always, goes to Titus Lindsay. Highest grade D-line, J-Rock Swain, just playing great football every week. Highest grade offensive line, Clay Webb. If Clay keeps playing well, I think some people will recruit him at some point. Special teams, we've got two guys. Keon Fomby had a block punt, and Malik Satcher did a great job running down on kickoff and making some big tackles. Most hits, Keon Fomby. Meanest jacket, Jordan Swain. Jordan did a lot of things that, the common fan wouldn't have seen, but did a good job of playing physical football. Game breaker goes to the ninth grade quarterback, Trey Higgins. That's a big award right there for a ninth grader. Takeaways this week, Keon Fomby, Jordan Swain. Hammer Award goes to Asante Farrell and Trey Higgins. I don't know if you saw it or could see it well on film right there, but Trey ran right over the safety, so we had to give him a hammer for that. So that was a fun day yesterday, giving him that award. Pride Award this week goes to Noah White. Noah works hard every week, gives us a good look, and last week did a great job of working our offensive linemen during our team period. So real proud of Noah.
And, again, speaking of the quarterback situation, you still don't know Abe's status for this particular game. So I'm sure you feel good about Trey coming in, playing well, and getting more confidence in case you have to go with him again this week.
Yeah, that was huge last week, him getting to play and playing well, because, this week we're going to go on the road, and it'll be a little better team. So, that was a great experience, and hopefully he can build on that this week.
All right, well, we'll come back in just a moment. We have our player spotlight for the week. We'll also talk more about this week's region matchup with Fort Payne as we continue on Jacket Vision. And we're back on Jacket Vision. Time for our weekly player spotlight. And this week, the spotlight falls on senior defensive end Shane Denman. Here's more with Chase Robinson.
Shane Denman, a senior for the Oxford Yellow Jackets, has played football his entire time at Oxford High School and has found himself being a key member of the Yellow Jacket defense as a defensive end. Shane shared with me what it takes to be that defensive end.
We got a great coach, Coach Cochran. He knows what he's talking about, and he prepares me every week. And it takes a lot of hard work. The main thing is to be fast, physical, and violent. That is the main three things you got to be, and we got to be good at reading screws. You got to know what your objective is. You read your keys, it'll take you straight to the play.
The defense has been a huge part of Oxford's 6-0 start to the season. A big part of defense is how you spend your time in the weight room.
Oh, it's dedication. The main thing is not to skip reps. Do everything you're supposed to do your job, and try to bring your brother up, other teammates. Keep them up, keep you up, keep a good atmosphere in the weight room.
For Jacket Vision, I'm Chase Robinson.
All right, Coach Shane there talking about his position coach, Coach Cochran, and I had a lot of good things to say about him. And hearing him talk, you can obviously tell he's a smart player, knows what he's doing out there.
Oh, yeah. We have him and Mutcher at defensive ends, and both those guys are smart. They're both great kids. They both work hard. They show up every day with a workman attitude. It's just a blessing to be able to coach Shane. And he's a kid who has put a lot of work in. The way he looks now, he didn't look like that 2 years ago. We didn't know if he would ever be a real contributor, but he has lived in the weight room and worked and worked and worked. And now, sometimes we call him Armzilla. He's got his arms look so good, we call him Armzilla. But he's worked so hard. He's put himself in a position to not only help us, but to play well. He plays well, and so it's just great to have him. And just like all the D-line, they've got Coach Cochran that works their butt off every day and demands excellence every day from them. And so it's been a real treat to have Coach Cochran and to have guys like Shane Denman.
All right, Coach, you have one more long road trip before you finish the season out at home, and here it is. You travel to Fort Payne for another region matchup this Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoff at Wildcat Stadium in Fort Payne. They're 4-2. Talk about the challenge you've got this week with Fort Payne.
Well, they're a lot better than they were last year. I think they've got most of their guys back. They were real young last year. They've got a couple of big guys, a big defensive end, big linebacker that are good players. I think the coach's son is a quarterback, and he was real small last year. He's grown up a little bit. They do a lot of misdirection stuff, a lot of pulling, a lot of guard tackle pulls, and they throw a lot of screen games. So, we're going to have to be where we're supposed to be and do what we're supposed to do. But if we do that, and play like we can play, we can go up there and beat them.
All right, and we mentioned earlier you're 4-0 in the region now after the win over Southside. So we'll take a look at the region standings. You're 7-0 overall, 4-0, and then Pell City, they're hanging in there. They had a big win on Friday night over Coleman, so you still have them coming up before the season is done. And we mentioned Fort Payne at 4-2 overall. They're 2-1 in the region. Then Coleman at 4-3 and 2-2. So once again, the key thing here, Coach, is not looking ahead. You just simply control your own destiny if you win out.
That's right. We just got to win Friday night. We don't need to worry about anything but Friday night. We take care of Friday night, we win. We're exactly where we need to be. So that's our main goal, is not really worry about anything ahead of us. Let's worry about today at practice. Let's worry about tomorrow at practice. When we get to Friday, let's worry about Fort Payne. And if we do that, we're going to be okay.
We mentioned the quarterback situation with the injury status with Abe. Anything else at this point in the season that you're dealing with injury-wise? How healthy are you?
Well, we've got 2 linemen that are they're nursing ankles, but they both played Friday night. And then it's just your regular nicks and bruises, a couple of sore shoulders, a couple of sore thumbs, but it's nothing that can't be on the field Friday night. I think Abe's on the one that may not be on the field Friday night, but we don't know yet. So, just for your regular bumps and bruises, other than that, I think we're pretty healthy.
All right, we'll be with you again next week for all the highlights of Oxford and Fort Payne right here on Jacket Vision. We will see you then.